You're watching DD India Live. My name is Mark Lynn. India's Interim Budget 2024 was announced on Thursday, and some of the major announcements in the railway sector were made by the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, which included the building of 3 new railway corridors. DD India correspondent Dibendra Mondal spoke to the Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw. Let's listen.
The interim budget for 2024 was presented by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, and of course this time around we have seen a significant announcement in the railway sector as well. And to talk more on this, I'm joined by Union Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw. Welcome to Doordarshan, sir. Let me begin by asking you, in fact this is an interim budget, but despite that, how do you look at the allocation for the railways in the finance budget?
The last 10 years have been total transformation of railways. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has put huge emphasis on railway transformation. If you would recall 10 years back, if you go to a railway station, you would have to pinch your nose. That was the problem, that was the condition of railway stations, and trains were in very bad shape. Last 10 years, huge focus has happened on safety, huge focus has happened on increasing capacity. 26,000 kilometers of new tracks have been added. Last year, 5,200 kilometers tracks were added. That is like adding one Switzerland to the Indian railway network. This year, 5,500 kilometers of new tracks are being added, adding one more Switzerland. In the current budget, 40,000 kilometers contained in 3 corridor programs have been announced. So that will be like adding one Germany to the Indian railway network. Capacity is required because our country is today growing at 6 to 8% consistently. We are carrying about 700 crore people today. We need to carry about 1,000 crore by 2030. We are taking about 1,500 million tons. We need to transport 3,000 million tons. So Prime Minister's focus on increasing capacity, getting new technology, focus on safety, all these things have given very good results. Today's budget also once again puts emphasis on these.
Right. So also 3 new corridors was spoken about in the budget. What these corridors would be, what would be the timeline for completion of these projects? If you could throw some light on it for our viewers.
A very scientific study has been done by putting all the origins of cargo and origins of passenger travel and plotting the destinations of cargo and destinations of passenger travel on the PM Gati Shakti portal, and then studying the demand and supply and capacity of various sectors. A very comprehensive program has been created. This program is in 3 corridor programs, and these 3 corridor programs will add about 40,000 kilometers to Indian Railways. This is going to be a project over 6 to 8 years. A lot of work has happened, and in the coming months and years, we'll see huge expansion of Indian Railways.
Okay. Another significant announcement in the budget was about the 40,000 bogies that will be converted into Vande Bharat. What is the roadmap for it? Are the existing trains going to be changed, or are you going to bring in, what is that, if you could explain what that would be?
See, we are manufacturing new coaches. We are also having about 40,000 coaches which have a lot of residual life. We also have the experience of Vande Bharat and Amrit Bharat trains by now. So basis this experience, how can we upgrade the existing coaches so that we can give better service to the passengers? For example, the coupler technology between 2 coaches, that is of 1970s vintage. Can that be upgraded to latest technology so that the passenger comfort is improved? Toilets can be better. So much more effort is being put in to improve the passenger experience, because Prime Minister's point is railways basically caters to poor families and to middle income families. So very big focus he has always put on improving the railway.
Okay. So also the coverage system is something that the government has been talking about, particularly this government. There have been some work done in this sector. By when can we see 100% coverage across the railway network in India?
There is huge progress on coverage. The system started in 2016 By 2019, the certifications were completed, and by now we have completed. Kavach is a very complex system. It has multiple subsystems. The optical fiber for Kavach is now completed for 3040 kilometers. 269 Kavach towers have been installed. 186 station Kavachs, which is a data center and edge compute system, that has been installed. 827 kilometers of trackside equipment has been installed. So a lot of progress is there. Many new manufacturers have started design work. So it's ramping up very fast.
Right. So my last question before we finish this is, we have seen marginal increase in the budget allocation for railways this time. Having said this, I once again say it's an interim budget, but the railways has a significant number of plans in terms of expansion, upgradation, etc. going on across the country. Do you think it is enough, or would be a
This is
revision?
very good. 2,52,000 crore is very big allocation. 10 years ago, this used to be 15,000 crore. So 2,52,000 crore is very good, and we must consistently invest this amount so that railway can grow at a very consistent pace.
Right. Thank you so much. As always, it's a pleasure talking to you, sir. And thank you for speaking to Doordarshan. Thank you.
Well, the farmers' protests across the